DeVeo Media presents Little Story Series How to Reach a Star by Konstantin Zhukov. On the edge of a village, near a lake surrounded by an old apple garden, there lived a young girl named Emily. Most of all, she enjoyed watching stars. She liked to watch them light up slowly and form constellations that moved across the night sky. But the most amazing spectacles for her were the August star showers. Emily knew that if you make a wish when a star falls, the wish may come true. But she also realized that after fulfilling someone's dream, a star could not return to where it belonged in the sky. Every time a star fell from above, Emily secretly hoped that no one had succeeded in making a wish. The thought of stars being burnt out hurt her so painfully. One summer evening, when Emily was walking along the shore of the lake, she saw her friend riding a new wooden scooter. Oh, how she wished she had the same one! She couldn't stop dreaming of it for the rest of the day. Then it was night, and the sky was sprinkled with stars. Emily sat on the soft grass, gazing up in awe, but she couldn't get the scooter out of her mind. All of a sudden, a small but quite bright star broke loose from the starry cope and swooped down towards the earth. It became brighter and brighter every second. Emily watched it, transfixed. She only came to her senses when she heard something splash in the water right in the middle of the lake. The girl glanced down and saw beside her a brand new scooter made of freshly shaven wooden boards. At that moment, a very lonesome sigh struck her ear. Emily looked hard to see a sad little star floating all alone in the middle of the lake. Emily untied an old boat from its pole, jumped into it, and paddled towards the star in order to save it. When she took the star out of the cold water, it was all shivery and sickly looking. After warming itself in Emily's hands, the star gave a piteous sob and uttered quietly, "I have fulfilled your wish." "Thank you, little star," the girl said, "but my wish is not that important. You will be much more comfortable up in the sky together with the other stars than in this cold lake with frogs." Emily decided to put the star back in the sky where it belonged. She found a long, telescopic ladder lying under an old apple tree. Emily extended the ladder to its full length and tried to lean it against the moon, but the ladder was still a bit short. "Oh, what a nuisance! It's only a few inches short." Emily felt frustrated. What shall I do? At that moment, a sudden idea struck her. She took her new scooter and dismantled it into pieces. She tied two long wooden boards to the side beams of the ladder with her bow tie. Then she tied two shorter boards crosswise to form the missing steps. These two steps appeared to be just enough to reach the moon. Emily put the star in her school bag and started to climb up the ladder. She climbed for 2 or 3 hours. No one can say precisely because the moon is so far from the earth. Finally, Emily reached the last step, raised herself on tiptoes, and hung the star in its place. When she finished, she felt exhausted and sat on the edge of the moon to take a rest. She cast a brief look down and even had to blink her eyes. There was a sea of bright lights down on the earth, looking like a reflection of the starry sky. Are they all fallen stars? Emily asked the little star in surprise. No, those are your cities and villages. When the stars look down on the earth, they make their own wishes too. We also believe that our wishes can come true one day. What do you stars dream of? Emily wondered. We dream of becoming like the sun. We want to have beautiful green planets spin around us, just like your Earth does around the sun. Emily sat on the moon's edge, swinging her legs and thinking about what the stars said to her. When it was time to go back, Emily waved goodbye to the star, and the star thanked her for having rescued it from the cold lake. When Emily came down to the earth, she decided to fulfill the star's little wish. She took an oil lantern off the apple tree branch, lit a wick, gave the lantern a swing, and tossed it up into the air. As if by magic, a rush of wind picked up the lantern and off it flew, up to the sky. At that moment, the star looked down on the earth and saw a tiny spark tear off the ground, approach the sky, and flop just beside it. The following morning, the star found out that it was surrounded by colorful planets spinning round it, blue, green, emerald. And Emily found near her bed a new scooter smelling of fresh cut wood. The end.